It's that feeling of wanting to do more, wanting to say more, wanting to say better, wanting greatness to flow through you and as you, and at the same time feeling small. You feel small when you have a dream life, and sometimes your dream life is quite simple. There's nothing wrong with that either. You are God. You are here to experience whatever it is you are actually experiencing. But underneath, there's that stirring, that quiet, unstoppable sense that something in you knows that I am greater than anything I can perceive myself to be right now. And when the mind starts complaining, where are you? What have you done? Whether it's worked out or not. And you just sit there feeling it. But what are you really feeling? You are feeling this, the absolute knowing that I am source, that absolute sense of complete power that you are one with, that you are itself, right? The pulse of knowing yourself as greatness, as worthiness, as divinity, as pure being. And it's not about competing, it's not about anyone else. This is your world. This is actually your world that you are perceiving. And when you look out, it is your world you are looking out into and as. Sure, some people seem far away. Some things seem quite distant physically, but that distance is part of life, part of the experience, the absolute contrast of what you really are, one with everything. Since you are one with everything, the only thing that works as contrast is being distant from everything, and you are distant from everything. No matter, even if you are touching the thing, there's still a measurable amount of distance between you and the thing. Why? Because there is an immeasurable oneness with you and everything. That's why. Still, you feel the current buzzing through you, that knowing that you want to do more, right? But that more is tied to the physical you. The truth is, your physical self cannot do more than what it's doing in this specific frame, in this moment. And that's okay. You're not supposed to be doing something else, right? It's supposed to be that way. That's something else you think you're supposed to be doing, you're doing that too. No character can act outside their scene. You can't take it with you. No character can be more than what they are in the moment on the page. You can't rewrite it. You can choose, because no matter what they think, no matter what they want, you can always rewrite by choosing another version of reality. So rewrite your reality. So what is this inner feeling of greatness then? What is this electricity buzzing beneath your skin that you can feel all the time? Or sometimes you can't because you're feeling so down, but that downness is quite heavy. That heavy is the same source energy going through a different filter of I am not, but it's still the same energy. It's as powerful because it's the same energy. It is that feeling I am greater than anything I can perceive in the three-dimensional world, the three-dimensional reality of beingness. And nothing outside of me needs to actually reflect my own knowing of who I am. Nothing is dependent on me knowing my own knowing, only my knowing, right? What reflects it? Knowing itself, that the knowing that I am everything. I wouldn't be able to know that I am knowing unless I knew that. I am eternal. I am divine experience. I am divinity itself. I am here to experience my own idea of reality because it's my choice, not someone else's. And that idea comes from knowing that I am the creator of my own idea, the creator of all of it. And when you imagine you are creating, when you imagine yourself in paradise with your family, friends or loved ones, not that those are separate, centered, loved and shining, that imaginational act itself is reality. It's the only reality. It's who you are now. That's the only thing that matches the feeling of being one with that energy, being that energy itself, knowing it. The knowing is the creative act. That knowing yourself as awareness is the act of creation. In setting your intention of being that, knowing that's why I'm imagining it, is the experience itself, cause and effect simultaneously. Whatever resonates with you, imagine it. Anything that you imagine, everything that you imagine, knowing you are the awareness behind it. You are the creator behind it. You are the beingness that is it. You are the light, the knowing, not even behind it. You are it. You are that. You are that which you are imagining in every sense of the word, the phrase, the knowing I am. The feeling when you think you took a wrong turn, when you think you can't do more, when you think you can't be more, All of that comes from the physical self wanting and being reality, wanting and trying to be more, or wanting reality to be different than what it currently is right now. But it doesn't need to be in order for you to actually experience what it is you desire to be. Awareness knows otherwise. You are that awareness. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to imagine anything while experiencing anything. Everything would have to be perfect in order for you to imagine something, but it doesn't need to be because it already is perfect. No one moment's more perfect than another one. Awareness just knows that, and you are that infinite awareness, and you know that. First and foremost, you are awareness. You don't need anything to be different. The pool of Bethesda is showing you this. You don't need anything to be different before you imagine yourself healed, knowing, and as you would like to be. First and foremost, you are awareness. From that awareness, you project your physical reality. That is your gift. That is who you are. When you imagine yourself as you would like to be, you are creating a miracle right then and there. I am. Whenever you say it, you are creating a miracle. In the midst of all of those conditions, circumstances, requirements, perceived effects of reality, A Course in Miracles says every single time you imagine yourself as I am, regardless of those things, you are doing a miracle. And what's more miraculous than saying I am in the midst of all that, in the willingness to accept that no matter what's going on, I am it, but I also am that which I desire to be. So it doesn't matter. The desire you feel is sharp, alive, very specific. Even if it's not specific to something specific, it's still specific to what it is. When you identify with it, you can't help but see more of it. When you think you need to do something to have it, that's what you are going to experience. More trying to do and have. You begin unfolding as that identity. You think about going on holiday. You don't imagine the logistics. You imagine yourself already there, already walking the beach, already walking first class, already alive in it. And everything exists right now. The moment you turn 21, your 22nd birthday is already unfolding. So is your 23rd, 24th, 25th, right then and there in that moment. It doesn't wait for you to get there. Reality isn't shifting to make something true. Reality shifts because it is true, because you accepted it as being true. Your imagination is real, and that is who you are now. The 3D is the effect of who and what you are conscious of being, who and what you are imagining yourself as awareness consciously. That feeling of wanting to be more, it isn't coming from lack. Lack doesn't exist. It's coming from fullness. You are everything. You are here to experience yourself as that everything, but everything included between and including that desired end as that identity right now. So, from the infinite awareness that knows just how much you are, and you are here to realize it, you are source, energy, realizing how much energy you truly are. Imagine fully what you desire. Know that when you create that scene in imagination, it has a past, it has a yesterday, a last week, a last year. It has a whole lifetime leading up to it, and it has the whole lifetime flowing from it. And if you're wondering what that noise is, it is my gardener cutting something outside. But I decided to let that just carry on. Because right now, you are this reality. You are who you say you are. So regardless of what is going on, that is the only reality, regardless of the circumstances, noises, and effects of 3D world, right? So just leave it there. It doesn't matter. So no thought, no fear, no circumstances can outweigh anything, because it all just exists. Because it means nothing except the meaning you give, and what you give is divine meaning. See, I could just as easily start this video again and no one be none the wiser. Or I could ignore that and know that it's still going on in the background, people are wondering about it. Or I can just say, hey, you know what? That's there. Let's keep going. Because that's how you create your reality. Knowing I am, knowing that I am that I am, knowing that I will not be moved by 3D effects and circumstances, conditions, and requirements. Nothing outside in the three-dimensional world from my awareness means anything. I give it meaning. You give it meaning. So who are you choosing to be aware of being right now? So who are you choosing to be aware of being right now? As in, which identity are you choosing as awareness, which is your true self, to be being right now? What reality are you choosing to be aware of? That is who you choose to be. The who is always you. The awareness, the consciousness, the who is always you. Right? Which identity are you claiming? Which reality are you going to assume yourself unfolding into and as? Because in this very moment, it is happening perfectly through you, for you, and as you.